Oh, yes. I just wanted to make sure that the state of Washington understands the lawsuit, Section 28 special legislation. Yes. The use of restoration laws to make somebody disabled so that guardian ad litems can sell their personal property. Yes. And then number 9, from giving effect to invalid deeds, wills, or other instruments. Yes, When you give effect to a protection order that was issued, yes, without actual jurisdiction of the Superior Court, yes, without the actual signature of the elected oath of office known as the court clerk, yes, without any due process to the respondent, yes. It seems to me that this state does not realize that you have actually enacted special legislation. Now, there's number 18, 17, for limitation of civil or criminal actions. What legislation has been used to limit my right to civil or criminal actions against those in office? Restoration legislation. Yes. We had to have one hearing. Yes. And then we had to have a mental health evaluation. Yes. And then we had to have another hearing. And we had to have a different mental health evaluation. Yes. And you wouldn't remove me from the docket in Jefferson County. You wouldn't remove your fraudulent court orders. And this whole time, you have limited my right to the access of the courts of the United States of America. Now, when I get to suing you for this special legislation known as restoration, I'm going to sue you for limiting my civil or criminal actions. Yes. Making valid invalid court instruments. Yes. And making me mentally ill or mentally defective for wanting my civil rights enforced. So somebody could be appointed as my ad litem so they could sell my personal inheritance that you've obstructed me from receiving. Now, this is an emergency tag. Now, this is so good. Now, there is in that state legislation, yes, in any lawful investigation or judicial proceeding against any person who may be charged with having committed the offense of bribery, or corrupt solicitation. Remember that Hobbs Act? Yes. You remember that coercion? Ooh. Now, a corrupt solicitation or practice of solicitation shall not be permitted to withhold his testimony on the ground that it may criminate himself or subject him to public infamy. Yes. But such testimony shall not afterwards be used against him in any judicial proceedings. Oh, except for perjury. In giving such testimony, and any person convicted of either of the offenses aforesaid shall have, as part of the punishment, therefore be disqualified from office. Oh, now, I really like this as oaths of office. Yes. Why don't you give me all of those elected to office that said, well, I could always plead the fifth? You actually can't. The legislature guide says that you do have to criminate yourself for soliciting, corrupt solicitation. That would be kidnapping. Ouch, that would be child abduction. Yes. The use of restoration laws to obstruct my rights as an American. Yes. I'm going to make sure that each and every oath of office in the state of Washington that I sue has to actually incriminate themselves so that the newspapers will have to report that they are the subject of public infamy. Now, for every time that you told the press, well, we just can't report this, I'm suing them for disallowing the public infamy of those that are oaths of office that have been participating in bribery, Hobbs Act, or corrupt solicitation to cover up the crime of violating my rights and the rights of my family. Now, for every newspaper that did not understand that you cannot obstruct public infamy, I'm absolutely fucking sure about this. That you are getting sued. All of the media outlets of this great nation for obstructing the obligation of the public infamy that you will actually experience. Now, I know. I'm looking forward for the incrimination of each and every oath of office of this state, and as I mentioned yesterday, I'm going after the other 49 fucking states right now.